Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. I post my Will I Buy It series every single Wednesday where I'm chatting over new makeup releases, my thoughts on them, and trying to decide if I'm going to pick them up or pass over them. I always have a lot to chat about, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Before we get into it, let me just admire my latest mug in my collection. How awesome is this coffee mug? My friend Kim made it for me, Kim Nizzolo. I'm never sure if I'm saying her last name correctly. I will have her channel linked down below, but she sent me the nicest gift and I'm so excited over this coffee mug. She also sent a really adorable bandana for my dog, which was super sweet. But hello, I'm gonna try to incorporate this every single Wednesday because I think this is fantastic. Okay, so I just thought that was super cool. I should try to put it in my thumbnail too. That would be sweet. But thank you, Kim. I love that so much. And it's so fun to have something like that because I feel like the Will I Buy It series kind of like made things kick off for my channel, even though I was doing it for a while. And at first when I started the Will I Buy It, people were kind of like, what? Like I was getting comments like, I thought you were reviewing all these products, but you're just talking about them. And I'm like, well, yeah, the title doesn't say review. It says, will I buy it? I didn't know. I mean, I couldn't think of something creative. Like now so many people are doing it and they're coming up with creative spins for it. And I was like, I'm going to talk about products and try to decide if I'm going to buy it. I'm going to call it, Will I Buy It? I'm an author for a living. This is what I do. I create creative titles. Yes, I do. But I remember like it wasn't, like when I first started doing them, people just didn't seem like super excited about them. And then I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden something flipped and people got so into them and then other people started doing them. And I don't know what happened, but it was pretty exciting to me. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I think that we have a lot to chat about again this week. Last week was really long and I think this week is going to be really long too. So I'm sitting here for like 2 minutes talking about a coffee cup and how excited I am, but I just really was. Okay, so I actually have a few products that I was gonna chat about last week and I couldn't fit them in. I think last week's, it was already over 30 minutes and I was kind of stressed about that, but I'm going to try to add these in here. One that I wanted to talk about was from Jouer Cosmetics because I got a lot of tags on their holiday set. Usually when Jouer comes out with new collections, they come out with really big, like full collections. And it's the same with this one, but I felt like I was really getting the most tags on eyeshadow palettes. That always seems to be, not always, but generally that seems to be what people are really excited to chat about is the eyeshadow palettes. So I'll go ahead and chat about this one here. So Jouer can be found on their website, also at Sephora, and then also at Beautylish. So their new eyeshadow palette, this is the Ultra Foil eyeshadow palette, I believe is what we're talking about. I'll have a picture of it here on the screen. I'm looking at the Trend Mood One Instagram, so I'll have her Instagram page listed down below. Now it is an all shimmer palette, which for me right away, I'm like, I'm not super interested in all shimmer palettes. I'm usually not. I try to stay away from them if I can. So one thing that I thought was interesting about this one is that this is actually in a set. It's called the Making a Magic set. It's $52. You get the eyeshadow palette. You also get an eye topper. And it does say that this is the only set available at Sephora. So that's pretty interesting, but it just doesn't, that's not enough to get me like super excited about it. An eye topper, that the color doesn't look super interesting to me. And then again with the all shimmer eyeshadow palette, I typically don't gravitate towards them. I like something with mattes and shimmers, but if I'm gonna buy like an all one palette, I'm typically gonna buy an all matte palette. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't get super excited about the Jouer eyeshadow palettes. I've recently been trying more products from them. I really do like their blush duos. I have the new concealer on today, which I've really been liking, but I don't know what it is, but a lot of times their eyeshadow palettes just don't get me super excited. So the next thing is a new Sephora favorites collection. I got a lot of tags on this because I typically am always like really interested in these products. So I got a lot of tags, so I'm gonna pop over to the Sephora website. This one is called the Beauty Vault 12 Days of Makeup. It's $90. It says it's a $196 value. It is limited edition. It says a set featuring velour silk lashes and 21 deluxe size items to make holidays magical. It says open one door a day and reveal a series of products to make your holidays magical. The vault contains 21 deluxe items and 1 full-size items. It says explore different beauty trends with these bestsellers, including a full-size brow pencil, eyeliner, and liquid glitter eyeshadow. I feel like that is a little bit confusing because it says that there's only 1 full-size item, which I would assume would be the lashes, but then it says there's a full-size brow pencil, eyeliner, and liquid glitter shadow. So I'm a little confused about that. But there's a lot in this set, obviously over 20 items. So I will have this link down below because it's available on the Sephora website now. I think when I first saw it, I got pretty excited about it. That's cool that there's lashes in there. I've never tried velour lashes actually, but I don't know. Some of the things in here we just get in a lot of sets, or you just get a lot like in general. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, like that's in pretty much everything. There's a NARS Matte Velvet lipstick that usually comes in a lot of different items. The Marc Jacobs High Shine lip gloss in Sugar Sugar, that's literally in everything. I own 2 of them because they come in so many different things. You do get the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, which is cool. There's a Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick, which I feel like right now Kat Von D minis of anything is in like every single set coming out at Sephora. Kat Von D is somehow snuck in there, and I'm like, I see what you're doing. I see that. The Hourglass Caution Mascara is in there, which I really do like. The Fresh Advanced Lip Treatment is in there, which those are really good too. We have the Ciate London Glitter Flip, which I've heard a lot about, but I've never actually tried it myself. A Buxom Mascara. There is a Benefit Cosmetics brow pencil, but it's only in the shade medium, which like, I don't know. I don't know if I understand the point of putting like a, you know, like a color, like a shade matching product in there. That's kind of strange. So when I first saw it, I was like, this is super cool. Like, you know, definitely have to look into this. But then looking at it, that's a lot of money to pay for samples, especially that so many of these products you can get as like the 100 point perks, or you can, you know, somehow get as a sample anyways on Sephora. So to pay $90 for that, I feel like you're paying $90 for a pair of lashes and then some minis. I don't know. I don't think the value is that great once I actually sat down, looked at it, looked at everything that was in there, especially seeing so many items that, you know, you can probably get these in the other Sephora Favorites collections. They have a lot of them. They're a lot, you know, better priced, and they're a lot more focused. You know, you can do a mascara one, you can do a lipstick one, you can do, you know, different ones like that. I think that those are going to be a better value than doing the full $90 for basically a box of samples. You know? Next up is some beauty news. I saw this after I filmed last week's Will I Buy It video, so this is kind of like late news for this week, but it's that CoverGirl is going cruelty free, which is really huge and really exciting. A lot of the bigger you know, kind of like mass makeup brands are not cruelty free, so CoverGirl I think is like the first, or one of the first to be doing that, and that's pretty darn cool. So if you are cruelty free, you only use cruelty free products, cruelty free YouTuber, now being able to add in CoverGirl, that's a really big deal. So that's really awesome to see. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So NARS is just constantly coming out with new products. I get so overwhelmed when there's so many new releases and like these big collections, because I'm like, we've seen a NARS collection and then we saw another NARS collection, I feel like, and now we just have more. Like, it just is not stopping. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. But I kept getting a bunch of tags on one face product. I don't even want to say palette, but like face product in particular, because I really enjoy face palettes usually, but this one is a little bit different. This is called the Fire Clay. It says it includes 3 shades. It's for a highlight, blush, and bronzer, and it'll be available around December 26th. So I'll have the photo of it inserted in here, and for me, I would not want to use something like this, because I would rather have this in a palette, in a trio, in a something other than the layout on this. And honestly, that the blush is like the most amount of product that you get, that's probably like the least exciting to me. Like maybe if there was like a big highlighter, maybe that would be more exciting, but I just can't get excited over something like this. I feel like it'd be too hard to differentiate between the 3 different shades. It could get messy. They could, I don't know, the brushes would have to be smaller and all of that. So I just don't understand a release like that. It just doesn't get me super excited, but I don't know. You'll have to let us know what you think and if you're planning to pick that up. But for me, I just would not see myself using a product like that. Next up, I think we have even more NARS to talk about a little bit, but I have like a list and order and everything, so I'm gonna keep rolling for now. But next up though, I got a lot of tags on this because that Lily Lashes is coming out with a new lash line. These are $11.99 each, or you can get all of them for $90. There's 11 different ones, I think. No, 9. There's 9, just playing. There's 9 different new lash styles from Lily Lashes. I do really like Lily Lashes. I actually have Mykonos on today, and I've really been liking them. I picked them up from the latest Sephora sale. So I'm actually really bummed because I had a friend of mine message this to me on Instagram, and she was like, I don't need all 9. Do you want to go in together? You can have 5. I'll take 4. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, let me look at them. And I was looking through them, and I was like, There's like only one pair I actually want. Like, I don't know what it was. There just was not a lot that I felt like was really calling to me. And I'm trying to think of which style I even said that I wanted. Maybe it was San Diego. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but I only wanted one style out of them. And I was so mad because we were just gonna go in together with the $90 and then we were just gonna split them that way. But I was like, I don't want to do that if I only want one set of lashes. So I'll probably just skip over all of it for now, especially because, like I said, I just bought the Mykonos lashes. I also just purchased a new pair of lashes from House of Lashes and Ulta Beauty, the Iconic Light Lashes. So for some reason, I've been going kind of like lash crazy here the last little bit. Like, I keep deciding to purchase more and more lashes, so I'll probably just pass over everything from here. But I don't know, I was kind of surprised. I just felt like none of them were really my personal style of what I like in my lashes. I definitely have a preference, and you know, sometimes I go outside of the box, I go outside of the comfort zone, but especially if I was going to be purchasing, you know, at least 4 or 5 and even just splitting it with someone, I would want to like really want all of them, you know. So dang, I was kind of bummed about that, but you'll have to let us know if you're picking up any of those from Lily Lashes. So next up here, I have a new release from The Balm Cosmetics. So they are coming out with the Luminizer Squad. So this is a highlighter quad. It's for $29.50. It says Mary Lou and Cindy Lou have joined forces with their long-lost cousins, Penny Lou and Emma Lou, which I find pretty funny. Okay, so I have the Mary Luminizer. I have a single of it. I actually have Mary Luminizer and Bonnie Luminizer. Well, I have the Duminizers. I have the liquid highlighters of those. I don't think that I would need a highlighter quad of this. If you've never tried any of the Balm highlighters and you wanted to try a variety of them, you know, you could give this a shot. I don't know, I think this is probably only good for people who have wanted to try out the highlighters and don't have any yet, and you're okay trying out more at once. But like, my Mary Luminizer was my first ever highlight, and I'm currently trying to pan it for my project pan, and I still haven't even hit pan in it. And it's, I mean, it was the only highlight I was wearing for quite some time because it was the only one I owned. So they definitely last a really long time. I mean, highlights just do in general. You need a very small amount of product to get a lot of payoff for most highlights, so they can stick around for a while. So for me, it's not something that I need. But next up, I want to talk about some releases from Wander Beauty, because I was getting tagged on these eyelash palettes. You can see what's clearly on my mind. These eyeshadow palettes from Wander Beauty. Alrighty, so these are for the holidays. Oh, I wasn't really going in any sort of order. Normally I try to do regular releases and holiday releases. I think I was so excited over my coffee mug today that I just jumped right into it. So I'm just gonna keep rolling in the order that I had it on my phone. These are 2 different palettes. They're $25 each. They're gonna be limited edition. One is 6 warm tone shades, and then the other is 6 cool tone shades. They'll be available at Sephora if I didn't say that. Okay, so, I mean, I like small eyeshadow palettes. That's what I'm really into right now. Like 6, 9, 12 shade eyeshadow palettes. That's what I'm really interested in right now. I don't know. These don't super interest me a lot. They just didn't make me do a double take or anything like that. I haven't tried a lot from Wander Beauty. I think I've only tried their like eye masks. They're called like the Baggage Claim Gold Eye Mask. I think that's the only thing I've tried from Wander Beauty at this point. And I don't think these eyeshadow palettes are going to be like what I'm going to try next from them. They're just not eye-catching enough to me. They're just not something that I'm like, this is either A, missing out of my collection, or to be honest, my eyeshadow collection is very large right now, so there's probably not a whole lot missing, but it's also not like a, ooh, I just want this, you know? Like, I mean, it's so funny when we talk about like what makeup we need, because especially if you're a makeup collector and a makeup lover, it's like, what do we really need these days? But you know, you just get some of those items that just like make you super excited. You're like, okay, I know I don't need it, but I'm gonna get it. Like, we all have those things, and those didn't do it for me, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass over those. I also got some tags on some Tom Ford eyeshadow palettes, and I was like, okay, here we go. So these are available at Bloomingdale's, Sephora, and Nordstrom. These are Tom Ford eyeshadow quads. So there's a bunch of different ones that you can get. It says each one designed with 4 opulent complementary shades that achieve multiple looks, from bold smoky eye to sexy slash of color and everything in between. All for $88 each. I am not gonna get these because $88 for 4 shades is just, is just too much for me right now. It's just too much for me right now. I'm pretty sure though, I want to say I was talking to my friend Mel Thompson, who she loves like luxury high-end makeup. I mean, she's talking about Tom Ford like all the time. I swear that she recommended Virgin Orchid to me. So I don't know if these are like, I mean, they say that they're new. I'm not 100% on that because I'm not really well versed in Tom Ford, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, like I said, $88 for 4 shades, it's just gonna be too much for me. I mean, they do look pretty, but also I don't feel like they really catch my attention that I'm like, yes, must have these. If you are someone who's, you know, into the high-end luxury makeup, you might like these as well, but for me it's just a little bit too much, and I know that I can skip over them. But you'll have to let us know, have you tried the eyeshadow quads? Do you love them? Are you planning to pick one up? Maybe ask them for one for the holiday time? I don't know, let us know. I don't judge here. Like I said that we were going to have even more from NARS to talk about. This is the Ignited eyeshadow palette. It has 12 different shades. It'll be available the 28th and also at Sephora. This is really pretty. It is really pretty. It definitely reminds me a little bit of the eyeshadow palette that they came out with last holiday season from NARS, which I did like that one too. It wasn't something that I was like, oh my gosh, absolute must have, but I liked it. I actually kind of like the looks of this one a little bit more than last year's, and it looks like we have some matte browns, which, so like I like the layout of this one, and then the rest are these really pretty shimmers. I saw I Love Sarah E working with this palette a little bit on her Instagram stories, and it did look really pretty. I don't see a price on it, but it's probably like, what, 49 or 52 or something like that. It's definitely higher priced. NARS is pretty darn pricey. I might wait to see a couple reviews on it and see what people are saying, but I also feel like I'm just an eyeshadow palette overload right now. But if I hear a lot of like really good things, like yes, you should run out and get this one, I would maybe consider it. Just, I remember liking the one last year, but I feel like I would like these shades in here even more. But again, like I think I can say strong and say no. And I still need to do my eyeshadow palette declutter. I know people keep asking me for it. I actually like to film declutters prior to when I'm going traveling, because it's just something that's easy for me to do. Because a lot of times, like when I get done filming this, I'm filming another video that's gonna be for pre-filming when I'm gone. And so it gets hard to film so many videos in one day that I like to film declutters, like sneak them in there because I don't have to be on camera or things like that. I can film them on the weekends when I'm normally trying to be makeup free and just like hang out and not have to do like this whole crazy setup and everything. And I am traveling to see my family over the week of Thanksgiving, so I'll probably post my declutter sometime around in there because it just helps with my filming schedule, so just in case you're super curious. But that is coming up because I've been seeing a bunch of people ask me about my declutter. It is coming. Okay, so Sol de Janeiro is coming out with a new product. So this is the Coco Cabana Cream. It's an oil and water gel cream. It transforms dried, dehydrated skin into your softest, bounciest, most luscious skin. I would like someone to tell me that my skin is bouncy, okay? I don't, no. Do you want your skin to be bouncy? Or don't you want it to be firm? Do you want your skin to be bouncy or firm? I feel like if someone was like, ooh, your skin is so bouncy, I'd be like, I work out. Thank you. I don't know about that. Okay, it says 72 hours of skin-hugging hydration with the moisture-attracting cocoa sugar blend. It also has mouth-watering notes of coconut, toasted praline, and warm vanilla latte. Ooh, not just warm vanilla, but a latte. So it's gonna be $45, or there's a smaller one for $20, and it'll be available December 1st. I know Sol de Janeiro is so loved for their the Boom Boom cream, which I do like. I don't absolutely love it. Like, I didn't lose my mind over it like some people have. So I might wait and see what people are saying about this and if it really does do a lot, because especially in the winter, everything gets dry on me and I look for really good, especially like a lotion. My camera actually cut me off, so I'm not sure. I just looked up and it was black. I was like, where did I get cut off at? But I think I was talking about Sol de Janeiro, saying that I have really dry skin all throughout winter, just like the skin on my body, the skin on my face, lips, cuticles. I mean, everything gets super dry because it gets very cold here. It's currently snowing as I'm filming this. I'm very upset right now. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Anyways, so I would be interested in seeing some reviews on this, and if people are saying like, yes, this is absolutely amazing. I don't know, maybe if people say this is super great, I'd look into getting probably like the mini one of it, but I don't know. I'll be curious to see some reviews, I guess. But are you so excited? Did you love the Boom Boom cream? You'll have to let us know. I got so many tags on this because it's Dose of Colors, which I love Dose of Colors. They're one of my favorite brands. I have a lot of products from Dose of Colors. I have the Friendcation palette on my eyes today, the collab with Katie and Desi, but they are doing a collaboration with Mickey Mouse. So I talked about this last week, that Mickey Mouse was turning 90, that they were doing a collab with Maybelline. They're also doing a collab with Dose of Colors, which, not gonna lie, I didn't see that coming at all. No joke. So this collection includes 3 lipsticks, 3 liquid lipsticks, and also glosses, and 1 face palette. It's going to be available November 12th online at Dose of Colors. Okay, so what I talked about last week, I'm not like a die-hard Mickey Mouse fan or anything like that, so the actual like collaboration part, like it's super cute and that's exciting. I obviously know who Mickey Mouse is and all of that, but it's not something that I'm like I'm not really like a die-hard Disney fan besides like Disney princesses. That gets me excited, but everything else doesn't really get me super hyped. So the palette is definitely pretty. It says that it's a face palette, but it looks like it has, you know, eye shades too, and then it looks like maybe a big highlighter, which that's cool, and the lipsticks are nice. I don't know. I just feel like, especially for this collaboration, I'm just not excited enough about it. And it's nothing against Mickey Mouse, or I'm not saying like Dose of Color shouldn't collaborate with Mickey. I bet this is huge for them, I'm sure that this will be wickedly successful. But for me, especially around holiday time, like I try to say, I just try to buy the products that get me really excited, the products that I, you know, feel the most hyped about. And this one just didn't do it for me. I was kind of like, oh, okay, you know, like that's cute. And maybe if some of the products would have absolutely grabbed my attention, sure, but you know, this is going to be a limited edition, and Dose of Colors has plenty of liquid lipsticks that are in their permanent collection that I would rather buy and be able and, you know, wear down the road, that are still going to be available to purchase. So just not something that got me super excited. This next one though, I think it was like, I can't remember if it was Thursday Night Football that I was watching this, or it was something where I was alone and I was sitting on my couch and I was just like having a heart-to-heart with my Instagram stories, because that's what I've been doing lately. But I'm like in the middle of telling this like emotional story, and then all of a sudden I look at my feed and I'm getting all these tags and I'm like, what's happening? Like, is this relating to the story that I'm talking about? No, it was that Lawless Beauty is coming out with their first eyeshadow palette, and I was like, I get it. I understand what these tags are about. I thought it was so funny. So I also love Lawless Beauty. They are a newer brand, but I like a lot of their products. Their liquid lipsticks, I have been recently obsessed. It's right here because I keep wearing it, with their Seal the Deal Loose Setting Powder. This is the brightening one. I keep using it for my under eyes. I've been so excited for their first eyeshadow palette release. Very curious what they were going to come up with. So this, it does say it's for the holidays, so I'm not 100% if this is going to be limited edition, but it's called The One. It says it'll be available December 1st. It also will be coming to Sephora. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, it's just another warm tone eyeshadow palette. I don't need that. And I'm over here like, girl, I need that. This is what like gets me excited, and it's just one of those things that I always try to say every single week. We shouldn't judge people on what gets them excited, because just different things will get us excited. But I was excited when I saw it, and I think it looks so pretty, and I just think I'm just pumped for them to be putting out their first eyeshadow palette. I love Annie, the founder of Lawless Beauty. Not only is she beautiful, and I think she's very smart, and she's done a lot with her life, she is also very nice. Like, we have talked in the DMs before. We'd be sliding into each other's DMs, and I just think that she is a very nice, a very supportive woman, and that is really, really cool to see, especially in this industry. So it's just something that makes me excited. So I'm probably gonna pick it up. I'm curious to see what the price will be. That's the only thing that makes me kind of nervous, because Lawless Beauty is more expensive. Their liquid lipsticks are like $25, but I own several of them. So we'll have to see. My guess would probably be maybe in the 50s, like maybe in the high 40s. So that part might be a little bit rough, but I still think I want to pick it up. Don't judge me too hard, but you know what? That's fine, I can't help it, okay? Some things get us more excited than others. I know that we're probably getting pretty long here, so I will try to get this wrapping up. But NYX Cosmetics is coming out with the Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealers. So they recently came out with the Can't Stop or Won't Stop foundation. I actually did try it out, and I did not like this foundation. I did not think it worked well on my dry skin at all, so that was a bummer. Let's see, so it says for the concealer, a lightweight matte formula, full coverage, to last for up to 24 hours. There's going to be 24 different shades, and it's going to be $8.49 each, and available November 23rd. I don't know if I will try this one, just because I know I didn't like the foundation. Obviously foundations and concealers are different, of course, but I probably also need to draw the line somewhere. I did just purchase, again, the Jouer Essential, like high coverage essential concealer, which is on my face right now. I purchased that from the Sephora sale, and I'm looking right at my concealers right now, and I do have quite a few. So I like to test out concealers, but I think I'm gonna pass over this one. It's a great price though, so that's awesome, but I also really love my NYX HD concealer, and I think I can be happy to skip over that. Again, sometimes you just have to draw the line somewhere with makeup, and so I'm probably gonna skip over that one, but you'll have to let us know if you're really excited to see that. Ooh, okay, so we have another MAC and Patrick Starrr collaboration. This is round 5. That is just like so crazy to me. This is the Sleigh Ride collection. So in the collection we have lipsticks for $18.50, there's glosses for $17. There is also going to be eyeshadow palettes with 6 shades, those are $33, pigments for $23. There's going to be a skin finish for $42.50, and also the Patrick setting powder is coming back. That's $29. I know a lot of people are pretty excited about that. It does say we'll confirm prices soon, but then there's prices on the Trend Mood post, so I think those are the prices, but we've also had some mix-ups when it comes to MAC pricing, so there's that. It says it'll be available on December 6th. Okay, so for the lipsticks and the lip glosses, I don't know, I just feel like I probably don't need those in my collection at this moment. I mean, first of all, congrats to Patrick Starrr. This is a huge collaboration that he's been doing with MAC. His now 5th round, like that's absolutely crazy. The Patrick powder, I actually did get that one in a past collaboration. I do get some things from PR, from MAC in PR. I don't get everything though, so I'm really not sure if this collection will be coming or not, because I've gotten a few of them, or I've gotten like a couple items from each collaboration. But I did receive the Patrick powder, and I didn't love it for my dry skin. I kind of noticed it clinging a little bit, so I think I actually went ahead and decluttered it. I think I sent it to one of my friends who wanted it. So if you have dry skin, and especially right now when dry skin, if you're in colder climates where you have like winter and such, it might not be the best bet for you at this moment. The pigments don't super excite me. I don't really use the pigments a lot, even though a MAC pigment was the first item that I purchased from MAC Cosmetics, so it's kind of funny. The eyeshadow palettes don't really get me going, to be honest. Especially kind of the more neutral one, which I am a neutral lover, but that one, it just doesn't, it's just like not hyping me up. I do think it's interesting that these are different, so obviously I'll have the photo here, there, everywhere. And they're different from, he's been doing quads recently with MAC. I actually have a bunch of them right here. So he's been doing these quads with MAC, so they all kind of look like this, and then you have the 4 shades inside. So it's interesting to see something a little bit different for this one. So I don't know, I think the only thing that's really kind of calling to me the most is the mineralized skin finish. There's one shade of that, and it's gold outside, so I don't know, that might be too dark for my particular skin tone, which would make sense because if Patrick is the one doing it, we obviously have different skin tones, so I don't know if that one would look the best on me, but that's probably the thing that has me most interested in the collection. But I would love to know, are you so pumped about this? Are you planning to pick it up? Have you been buying the other Patrick collabs? You'll have to let us know, but not a lot got me going from this one personally. And then the last thing that I want to touch on is actually a new brand. I just thought I would mention it here briefly. This is called Maeve Cosmetics. So they're a new indie brand. I believe that they are also cruelty free, and I actually did get sent the entire launch line from Maeve Cosmetics. So they came out with eyeshadow palettes. They also came out with blushes, lipsticks, so they have a big line. I will have their website listed down below. I was actually just wearing one of the eyeshadow palettes. This is in Take Me to Paris. I was wearing this in my empties video yesterday. So really nice 9-pan palettes, which have me very excited. They do have a mirror in them. The packaging is really cute on these. So there's Take Me to Paris, there's Take Me to Stockholm. You know, they each kind of have like a travel theme, which I was a travel major in college, so that had me super excited. But the quality in these, I've only used 2 palettes so far, but the quality is so nice. The shimmers in these palettes are fantastic. I also have an Instagram tutorial using an eye look, and then I also used 2 of the lipsticks from Maeve Cosmetics in there too, so I'll have that one listed down below. But I just thought I would include it in here as kind of like new makeup news, that a new brand is on the horizon, Maeve Cosmetics, and that is what their kind of original launch line is consisting of. So I'll have that down below, and also their Instagram down below. I wanted to say thank you to them for sending me some of the products. I will be reviewing these as soon as I can, but I'll say so far so so good on the eyeshadow palettes, and that has me really excited. But other than that, that's gonna wrap it up for today's Will I Buy It video. I know this one was probably a bit longer as well, but I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of all the products that I mentioned and what you're planning on getting and what you're planning to pass over. As always, if you guys did enjoy this one, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.